Okay, so in the previous class, we have started with an example for design of gantry girder. So we have been given that uh, the span of the gantry girder is 6.5 meter. The span of the crane girder, which is electrically operated overhead traveling crane, so which supports overhead electrically operated overhead traveling crane of 16 meter span. The capacity of the crane is 250 kilonewton. The self-weight of the girder is 200 kilonewton. This is for the crane girder, the self-weight of this crane girder. Then the self-weight of the trolley, which is supported by the crane girder, is 50 kilonewton. The minimum hook approach from the center line of the gantry girder is 1 meter. The distance between the wheel is 3.5 meter, and the self-weight of the rail provided on top of the gantry girder is 0.3 kilonewton per meter. So the first step is to find the loads and compute the design moments and shear force. So we calculate the loads. So for maximum moment, we find the loads. So the weight of the trolley plus load lifted. So here the capacity of the crane is 250 kilonewton. So the maximum load it can lift is 250 kilonewton plus the self-weight of the trolley. The self-weight of the trolley is 50 kilonewton. So 250 plus 50, that is 300 kilonewton. Then the self-weight of the crane girder. So the self-weight of this crane girder, it is 200 kilonewton. It is given in the data. So uh, the uh, the crane girder is a simply supported on gantry girder. So and the loads are 200 kilonewton the self-weight of the girder and 300 kilonewton, which is a uh, moving load from the trolley and load lifted. So the maximum reaction will occur uh, when the trolley is maximum as close to the support as possible, satisfying the minimum hook approach length. So this will be so the reaction will be for maximum reaction will be 200 by 2, which is the self-weight of the girder, plus 300 into 15 by 16. That is this span, the span on the right of this moving load is 15 meter and the total span length is 16 meter. So the reaction will be 381.25. Then the load of the gantry girder from each wheel load will be, now we have two wheel loads on the uh, two wheels on the trolley, so it will be divided equally among the wheels. So it is divided by 2. So the crane wheel load is 190.63. Now you find the position of this crane, that is the crane wheel load, which gives the maximum moment in the gantry girder. So the position of the crane wheel load which gives maximum moment is shown here. That is when the CG and the line of action of the nearest load are at equal distance from the center of the beam. Okay, so for this position we get the reaction at V as 209 kilonewton, and the moment due to this position of the wheel load will be 496.375. Okay, so this is the maximum bending moment due to wheel load. Due to wheel load, crane wheel load, I think. Crane wheel load is this one. Okay. Now, in addition to this wheel load, the uh, the gantry girder is also having its own self weight. So So you have to consider the moment due to its own self weight and railing provided on top of it. Then it is also subjected to impact forces. So you have to consider the moment due to impact forces also. So I can write here. Let us find the for impact load or moment. For here the crane is electrically operated. So for electrically operated cranes, the impact factor for electrically operated crane is 25% of the maximum static wheel load. So this will be, so the load for the impact case will be it will be 0.25% of this wheel load, 190.63. Impact load is 25% of maximum static wheel load. So note that here the position will be the same, that is 0.25 into this value 190.63 kilonewton, 190.63. Okay, how much is this value? How much is this value? How much? How much?
47.6575.
47.65. Correct? Yeah, 47.66 kilonewton. Okay. Now, so the moment due to the impact will be, impact load will be here. This load will be replaced by 47.66. 47.66. Now this reaction will change. Okay. Note that the position of crane wheel load will be same as earlier. Okay. Only the wheel load will change. will load will be replaced. So, so that means this implies the moment due to moment due to impact load will be equal to the impact factor multiplied by moment due to maximum static wheel load. Moment due to maximum crane wheel load. So simply, instead of finding this reaction and finding the moment again, you can just take uh, this moment multiplied by impact factor. That will give you the moment, because we are interested in bending moment only, maximum moment only. So we can directly write moment due to impact load equals to 0.25. Here the impact factor is 0.25. For electrically operated cranes. So 0.25 into the moment, this moment 496.375. This will give you 124.094 kilonewton meter moment. Okay, so this is due to the impact, and this is due to the position of the crane wheel load. Then third thing, we have to find this the moment due to the self-weight of the girder itself and the rails provided on top of it. So for that, let us assume self-weight of gantry girder, because uh, we have to design the gantry girder. So let us assume some self-weight. Let it be 2 kilonewton per meter. Then we have been given that the self-weight of rails, like, see, this is the section of the gantry girder. There is a channel, okay, and top of which there is a rail. Okay. So you have, this is rail. So you have to consider the self weight of the rail, which is given in the data as 0.3 kilonewton per meter. So the total load on gantry girder total will be equal to 2.3 total load due to self weight plus rail, that will be 2.3 kilonewton per meter. So the factored load will be 1.5 times 2.3, it will be 3.45 kilonewton per meter. Okay, now again the crane girder, the gantry girder is also simply supported on the brackets supported from the column. Okay, brackets from the column. Gantry girder is simply supported on brackets from columns. So the bending moment due to self weight, bending moment due to, you can say this is the total dead load. Due to dead load will be equal to, it will be okay, this is 6.5 meter and there is a UDL of 3.45, you can say WU is equals to 3.45 kilonewton per meter. This is WU. So the bending moment will be 3.45 into 6.5 square by 8. So this moment will be 18.22 kilonewton meter. Okay, so the total moment will be equal to sum of these: the moment due to the crane wheel load, then the moment due to the impact load, and the moment due to the dead load. So total moment due to, now all these are vertical loads, so we can write due to vertical loads, which includes the crane wheel load, then impact load, then the dead load. Okay, so that will be equal to, we call this moment as MZZ, because this is about due to the vertical load and will be above the major axis of the gantry girder. So simply mz will be equal to sum of all these moments, that is 496.375 496.375 plus this moment 124.094 124.094 plus this 18.22, that will be equal to 638.689 kilonewton meter. This is mz. Okay. Now this was all because of the vertical loads. Okay. Now the moment due to the horizontal load, so this moment is moment due to vertical loads. Then we find the moment due to the horizontal load. Moment due to horizontal force, that is also called as surge. Now the horizontal force transverse to the rail for electrically operated crane is 10% of the weight of the trolley plus weight lifted. The weight of the trolley is 50 kilonewton, weight lifted is 250 kilonewton, that is total is 300 kilonewton. So 10% of that means 30 kilonewton will be the horizontal force transverse to the rail. So again, for electrically operated cranes, the horizontal force transverse to rails is equal to 10% of weight of trolley and weight lifted. Okay. So I can write F surge, that is the surge force, will be equal to 10% of this weight of the trolley plus, so I can write this as 0.1 into 50 plus 250, so that will be 30 kilonewton. Okay. So this is the surge force. Now this force this surge force will be transverse to the rail. This is the along the length of the rail. And the force will be transverse to this. Okay. Now there are 4 wheels, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this surge force will be, total surge force will be distributed equally among these 4 wheel loads. So here for double flamed wheels, this is distributed over 4 wheels. So therefore the horizontal force on each wheel will be equal to 30 by 4, that is 7.5 kilometer. Okay, this is the total surge force. And it is distributed over 4 wheel loads, so it will be 7.5 kilometer. Now for maximum moment, due to the horizontal force for maximum moment due to horizontal force, the position of wheels, the position of the train wheels will be same as earlier. Same as earlier. That means the position of the wheel load which gives maximum moment in a vertical plane will be the same position for the moment in the horizontal plane also. So this position will be the same, only this time the wheel loads, this surge force will be acting in the horizontal plane. So just to understand this, the position of the wheel load will be like this. simply okay, then this will also be a moving load. This is 7.5 kilometer. This is 7.5 kilometer. Note that this is now we are in Z. This is the horizontal plane. This is the vertical, and X, this is Y, and this is Z. Okay. So this will cause bending moment in bending moment about Y axis. So this will cause bending like this, horizontal. It will cause horizontal bending. So since the position of the wheel load will be the same as the vertical maximum static vertical loads, so we can proportionate the moment due to this horizontal force in proportion to that of the vertical load. So here the by proportioning so for maximum moment due to the horizontal force, the position of the cranial load will be the same as earlier, except that it is horizontal. Except that it is horizontal. Okay, so by proportioning, instead of doing the analysis again, but simply by proportioning, I can find the moment in the horizontal direction. So that will be here the load is 7.5 kilonewton, whereas the earlier wheel load was 190 point earlier load was actually here we have to factor this load. Therefore, the factored load will be equal to 1.5 times 190.63. So that will be 286 kilonewton. So this value will be not 190, it will be 286. kilometer. This will be 286 kilometer. If you work out this will be 286, 286. The reaction will be same. There is a that you can verify here. This will be same. So the earlier load was 286. Okay. So for 286 load, the moment was 496.375. Okay. For 286 kilonewton load, the moment is 496.375 kilonewton meter. Okay. So for 7.5 kilonewton, how much will be this moment? So that we can find by this proportioning. 7.5 by 286 multiplied by 496.37. So that will give you 19.525 kilonewton meter. Okay, so this is my. Okay, so we can write, so moment due to horizontal force, so it will cause moment about y-axis. So it is my equals to 19.525 kilonewton meter. Okay. So we have this moment also. Now next step is to find the shear force. So we have found moment about moment in vertical plane, moment due to the horizontal forces, moment due to vertical forces, and moment due to horizontal forces. Now third thing is shear force. Shear force due to vertical loads will be equal to, now for that, the position of the wheel load, position of crane wheel loads, which gives maximum shear force is, so this is the position which gives maximum shear force. So when one of the wheel load is at the support, the reaction of that support will give maximum shear force. So the position of the wheel load will be this. This is 286 kilonewton, 286 kilonewton, and the distance between these two wheel loads is 3.5 meter, and the span of the gantry girder is 6.5 meter. So this value will be 3 meter. Okay, so we can find the reaction here. Let this be A, this be B. So this is figure position of crane wheel loads for maximum shear force. Let this be RA, where the maximum shear force occurs. So this RA will be equal to this 286 kilonewton load will be is directly resisted by the support A. So it will be 286 plus, because of this reaction, this load, the reaction at A will be 286 multiplied by this distance, that is 3, divided by span, that is 6.5. So the reaction will be 418 kilonewton. So this is the maximum shear force. So we can write, therefore the maximum shear force due to wheel loads is 418 kilonewton. Okay. Now, in addition to this wheel load, we have the shear force due to the dead load and due to the impact also. So then shear force due to impact load will be, again for electrically operated it is 25%, we have discussed earlier. So multiply by 0.25 multiplied by 418, so it will be 104.5 kilonewton. Okay. Second, the shear force due to dead load, so that will be equal to the dead load the load per meter load is 3.45. So because of which we can find the reaction here, that will be the maximum shear force. So it will be 3.45 into 6.5 by 2. So 3.45 multiplied by 6.5 by 2. So this will be 11.21 kilonewton. So the total vertical shear force, total vertical or total shear force due to vertical load total shear force due to vertical loads will be sum of all this value, this plus this. So that will be 533.71 kilonewton. Okay. So we have found the shear force due to the vertical load. Next is the shear force due to the horizontal load. Shear force due to horizontal forces. So again, by proportioning, because the position of the wheel load will be the same, by proportioning the lateral shear due to surge will be equal to the surge load again. This is not 7.5, we have to use the factored value. Therefore factored horizontal force will be 1.5 times 7.5, that is 11.25 kilonewton. So this will be 11.25, this will be 11.25, this will be 11.25. So it will be 11.25 divided by 286. Now this gives a shear force of this uh, this value. Into it is 418. So how much is this value? So this will be 16.44 kilonewton. Just verify these values. Okay, so we found the horizontal moment and horizontal shear force. We found the vertical moments and vertical shear force. Okay, so let's stop here, and in the next class we'll assume some trial section and we'll find its capacity. We'll perform various checks, and if this trial section is satisfied, then our design is okay. Otherwise we have to revise the trial section. So that's it for today. If you have any doubt, we can discuss now.